You've prayed about your anxiety maybe hundreds of times and it's still there. You did what they told you to do. You cast your cares. You read Philippians 4. You showed up on Sunday and that tightness in your chest was still there on Monday morning. So now you're asking a question that scares you. Not, is my anxiety sinful? The question that keeps you up now is, why won't God take it away? What if God isn't ignoring your prayer? What if he answered it? And the answer changes everything about how you understand your own pain. Please just take this away. I can't carry it anymore. You're not the first person to pray that prayer. The Apostle Paul, he prayed it too. 3 times. In 2 Corinthians 12, Paul described something he called a thorn in the flesh. We don't know exactly what that thorn was, but here's what we do know. It was relentless. It didn't go away, and Paul hated it. In 2 Corinthians 12, verse 7, Paul said this: "So to keep me from becoming conceited because of the surpassing greatness of the revelation, a thorn was given me in the flesh, a messenger of Satan to harass me, to keep me from becoming conceited." Catch that? It wasn't random suffering, it was given with intention. God allowed it. 3 times I pleaded with the Lord about this, that it should leave me. That word pleaded is strong in the Greek. It means to beg, to call out for help. Paul wasn't casually mentioning this in his quiet time. He was on his face begging God to make it stop. I don't know anybody who would say that Paul lacked faith. The man who planted churches across the known world, who saw Jesus on the road to Damascus, prayed the same prayer you've been praying. Take it away. And God said no. Think about that for a second. The same Paul who wrote Philippians 4:6 knew what it felt like to pray and not get the answer he wanted. He wasn't writing from a place of ease. He was writing in the middle of unresolved pain. So if God said no to Paul, why? What could possibly be worth more than removing his suffering? Here's what God actually said. Verse 9, "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Now, most people hear that verse and they think it means just tough it out. Grace will get you through. That's not what it means. Not even close. Let me break it down. Verse 9, "My grace is sufficient for you." That word sufficient doesn't mean barely enough. It doesn't mean you're getting the minimum. In Greek, it means to be strong enough, to have the resources, to be adequate for the task. God is saying, I'm not going to remove the thorn, but I'm going to be enough for you as you deal with it. Not enough to escape it, enough to endure it. Not enough to make it disappear, enough to give you the power to keep moving effectively for my purposes. And then he says this: "My power is made perfect in weakness." This is where the whole thing flips. That word perfect there means completed, brought to its full expression. God's power in you isn't on full display when you have it all together. And nobody ever really has it all together. God's power reaches its full expression when you have nothing left. Don't miss this. God didn't say my power works despite your weaknesses. He said my power works in weakness. Your weakness isn't an obstacle to God's power. It's the very location of God's power. God doesn't work around your weakness. He works through it. Your struggle is his stage. The very thing that you've been begging God to remove might be the very thing he's using to show his strength in your life. Not because he enjoys your pain, but because he knows something you don't. You are more dependent on him in the valley than you ever would be on the mountaintop. A plant in perfect soil with perfect sunlight doesn't need deep roots. Everything it needs is right on the surface. But a plant in harsh conditions pushes its roots deep, way deeper than the other one, because its survival demands it. Your anxiety is the harsh conditions, and God is using it to push your roots deeper into him than comfort ever could.